Hello everyone, this is Archit from InsideAIML, and in today's session we're going to see some of the data science interview questions. In the previous video you have seen many interview questions. Now in this video we're going to continue the same. So let's get started. The question is, how can you calculate the accuracy using a confusion matrix? Now, as you all know about a confusion matrix, it has four kind of values: false positive, false negative, true positive, and true negative. So to find the accuracy, you need to get all the accurate answers divided by all the answers. So the formula for accuracy will be true positive plus true negative divided by the total number of predictions. So taking this particular example, there are 262 true positive answers and 437 true negative answers. And in total, there are 650 instances. So the accuracy will be 262 plus 347 divided by 650, which is going to be 609 by 650, which is 0.93. It means your model is 93% accurate. Cool. So let's see the next question. Write the equation and calculate the precision and recall rate. Now, precision and recall rate are some of the formulas that you can derive from the confusion matrix. The formula for precision is true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. It tells what is the ratio of all the true positive divided by all the actual true answers. Now, recall has the formula of true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. So recall is the ratio of all the true positive answers divided by all the actually true answers. So the precision formula will be true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. And the recall rate will be true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. So to find the precision, we'll go for true positive divided by true positive plus false positive. And take an example, the value will be 262 divided by 277, which is going to give you 0.94. So your model is 0.94% precise. Now, for the recall, the formula will be true positive divided by total positive plus false negative. So the equation will be 262 divided by 288, which is going to be 0.90. Cool. So let's see the next question. So below are the 8 actual values of the target variable in the train file. What is the entropy of this particular target variable? And the options are minus of 5 by 8 log 5 by 8 plus 3 by 8 log 3 by 8. The second is 5 by 8 plus log 5 by 8 plus 3 by 8 log 3 by 8. The third option is 3 by 8 log 5 by 8 plus 5 by 8 log 3 by 8. And the fourth option is 5 by 8 into log 3 by 8 minus 3 by 8 log 5 by 8. Now, if you remember the formula for entropy, it's summation of P minus of Pi into log 2 of Pi. And this Pi is the probability of happening or not happening. So taking all the instances, which is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So there are in total 8 instances, and in which 5 are accurate, or you can say 5 are positive and 3 are negative. So one of P of plus will be 5 by 8 and P of negative will be 3 by 8. So putting those two into the formula, we will get the entropy as minus 5 by 8 log 5 by 8 plus 3 by 8 log 3 by 8. So the actual answer will be entropy of A, or option 1. Now let's see the next question. So we want to predict the probability of a death from the heart diseases based on the 3 risk factors. They are age, gender, and blood cholesterol level. So what is the most appropriate algorithm in this case? Either it's going to be logistic regression, either it's going to be linear regression, or it's going to be k-means clustering, or it's going to be a priori algorithm. So now you can see that the thing that you're trying to predict is a classification problem, that you're trying to build a model that can predict the probability of death. So the answer can be either the patient died or the patient didn't die. So it's a typical classification problem. So out of all the functions or all the values that you have in the options, logistic regression is the only classification algorithm. As you can see, linear regression is a regression problem. K-means clustering is an unsupervised learning, and a priori algorithm is an association rule. So we'll go with logistic regression. Now, let's see the next question. After studying the behavior of a population, you have identified 4 specific individual types that are valuable to your study. You would like to find all the users who are most similar to each individual type. So, which algorithm you're most appropriate for the study? So the options are k-means clustering, linear regression, association rules, or decision trees. Now, you can see that the people together specifically by the 4 different similarities. So you can say that it's indicating the value of k. Now, being in the simple terms, you're trying to find groups of people that belong to an individual type, and you already have the specific number of types, which is 4. So you're trying to cluster different people into a single club, or you can say a single cluster. So you're doing what? Clustering. So out of all the options, which option is a clustering algorithm? The very first one, k-means clustering. So the answer will be k-means clustering. Let's go to the next question. Next question is one of the most important and one of the most asked question. What is a confusion matrix? So a confusion matrix is a 2:2 table that contains 4 output provided by the binary classifier. They are true positive, true negative, and false negative. Now, all the measures like error rate, accuracy, sensitivity, predictions, recall, you can say F1 score, they all can be derived from a single confusion matrix. As you can see, all the formula for the precision, negative value precision, accuracy, specificity, sensitivity, everything can be obtained from a single confusion matrix. Let's go to the next question. So the next question is, what is the difference between overfitting and underfitting? Now it's one of the most commonly used and they're commonly asked questions, and you should all know what is the difference between overfitting and underfitting. Now, overfitting is a statistical model that describes a random error or a noise instead of the underlying relationship. In underfitting, the statistical model or the model learning cannot capture the underlying trend of the data. Now let's understand this with a simple example. Just imagine that you're trying to build a model that can guess whether the picture is of a ball or not. So, in the very first model, the only underlying trend that the machine got is that the ball is circular in shape. So, this is the only underlying trend that the machine got. Now, if you're gonna give the pictures of balls, they're gonna say that okay, it's the ball because it's circular in shape. Now, if you're gonna show the machine a picture of orange, or a picture of apple, or a picture of football, for all the cases, it's gonna say a ball because the only trend that the machine has is that the ball is round in shape. So this is what you call underfitting, in which the model doesn't have all the necessary features trained to get the actual answers. Now let's come to overfitting. Taking the same example that you are trying to build a model with the answer that it can be a ball or not. Now, what happened is it took all the necessary underlying trend that is possible, but it also took some of the underlying trends which is not necessary. You can take an example that it took a trend that the ball has a diameter of 3 centimeter. Now, if we are showing them a picture of a cricket ball or a tennis ball, they have a diameter of 3 centimeter, so it worked. The model said that it's a ball. But if you show them the ball of a golf or a football, or you can say a basketball, so they don't have a diameter of 3 centimeter. So the model will say that it's not a ball, even though it is a ball. So this is an example of overfitting in which the model tries to train itself way too hard so that it tries to find a relation between the input and the output, which is not even existing. So this is what is the exact difference between overfitting and underfitting. Now let's go to the next question. What is a supervised learning? So a supervised learning is a machine learning task of inferring a function from labeled trained data. The training data consists of a set of training examples. Taking the simple examples, a supervised learning is a machine learning task in which you can tell the machine that either you are correct or you're wrong because you actually know the answer. Now, the examples of the supervised learning algorithms are support vector machines, all the regression problems, the naive Bayes classifier, the decision tree, k nearest neighbors, and the neural networks. They all are the example of supervised learning algorithm. Now let's go to the next question, which is going to be, what is unsupervised learning? So if you're expecting a question of what is supervised learning, it's highly probable that you're going to get the next question is, what is unsupervised learning? Now, unsupervised learning is a type of machine learning algorithm used from the inference from the dataset consisting of input data without labeled responses. In simple words, in unsupervised learning, you cannot tell the model that either the model is right or wrong because you yourself doesn't have an actual answer. So all the clustering algorithm that you have, let it be k-means clustering, let it be hierarchical clustering, or it can be DB scan, they all are unsupervised learning because you cannot tell the machine that the clusters that they made are 100% accurate or not. So the examples are the clustering algorithm, as I have said about k-means, DB scan, and hierarchical. There's anomaly detection. Then the neural networks and the latent variable models are the examples of unsupervised learning. Now let's go to the next question. What are the various types of classification algorithm? So there are many different types of classification algorithm, but the most famous ones are the naive Bayes classifier, the decision trees, the support vector machines, the random forest, and the k-nearest neighbors. So these are the most popular classification algorithm. You can also consider logistic regression as a classification algorithm. So there's that. Now let's go to the next question. What are the different kernels in SVM? Now, a kernel is a function that takes the data as an input and transform it into a required form. This is needed because there are situations when you cannot apply SVM onto the actual data. So you need to increase the dimension or decrease the dimension depending upon your needs. So there are 4 types of kernels, which are linear kernel, polynomial kernel, radial basis kernel, and the sigmoid kernel. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next question is, what is ensemble learning? So ensemble learning is basically just combining a diverse set of learners together to improve on the stability of the predictive power of the model. In simple terms, you are doing what? You're just trying to build number of different models for a similar data to get a similar answer. It means you're taking a same data set, but you made different machine learning models, trained it on the same data set, and you're trying to get the same answer. And what happens here is, because you have different number of data set, all the answers will be finally seen, and the answer which is maximally proposed, or you can say like out of 5, you can take an example. If 4 saying one answer and the last one is saying some other answer, we'll consider that the very first 4 answers are the actual one. You can take this as an example that you have a single question. You asked a guy or a student about the answer, and the student answered you. Now, you may think that there is a chance that the student can be wrong. So to make yourself pakka clear, you're going to ask the same question to 5 different students. Now, you're going to get 5 different answers. There can be a chance like all the 5 are saying the same answer. It means the answer that you're getting is actually correct. If 4 are saying the same answer and 1 is saying some other answer, then you'll also think because 4 people are saying the same answer, it means it's highly probable that it's correct. So that is what happens in ensemble learning, that you make number of base learners and then get their answers and then combine them and then find which one has the highest probability of happening. So this is what happens in ensemble learning. Now, the last one. What is the difference between machine learning and deep learning? So a machine learning is a field of computer science that gives the computers the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. So there are different algorithms which just takes the data and then you specify the dependent and the independent variables, and it trains itself on that so that it can predict the future outcome. They are classified into 3 different categories, which are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Now, deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that is concerned with algorithm that is only inspired by the structure, the function of brain called the artificial neural networks. So deep learning is a part of machine learning in which you try to do the exact same thing, but instead of using some specific algorithm, you try to make a neural network kind of structure, or the structure that we have in our brain, in which we have all the neurons present with their weights and biases and all. It tries to build an artificial neural network on for that. So this is all about today's video. Feel free to give a like and the comment in this video. And if you have any doubts, we'll be really happy to help if you'll put it on the comment box. So till then, bye bye.